Hey everyone, my name is Jay Savor. I'm the lead pre-sales engineer here at Edge Nexus, and this video is going to cover downloading our product and then deploying it into ESXi. So let's start. The first step is to actually go to our website, which is this, and once you've reached here, click on trial, try, and then free trial. This will take you to this page here, which will allow you to fill in this form and request the ADC/load balancer here. If you want to try GSLB, also tick that box as well. We have a WAF box here, but unfortunately we're in the process of releasing a new version, so you might have to wait for that a little while. There was also a few other links, so a support link to contact support, a contact us link if you want to ask us sales questions, and also a book a demo link. This link here is, I think, the most important when you're evaluating. So not only should you actually download the load balancer, but you should also, I would suggest, book a demo. This will help you better understand the product. It is really easy to use, but I think when someone shows you the features and functions within the product, it becomes a lot clearer to a person who's evaluating it. So you can book it for yourself, you can book it for your entire team, etc., to be present on the demo, and it's normally about 1 hour. May roll over slightly depending on whether you ask questions or not. So once you fill the form out and submitted it, you will get an email, or you should get an email in your mailbox. Now, sometimes this mail is trapped by junk mail folders, etc. And so what we've done is that clicking submit will also take you forward onto this page here, which will allow you to actually download the Edge ADC manually from a link. So you can also see the other versions here for Hyper-V, for Nutanix, AHV, Zen, Proxmox, KVM, etc., and also our cloud versions. So these links will take you to the cloud marketplace, where my suggestion is that you select the BYOL edition of the load balancer so you don't pay a rental on it. So you just pay the rental on the appliance, the VM, rather than the license, and we will provide you the license to evaluate it free of cost. So once you've downloaded it, let's just shift over to our ESX server. This is an ESX8 server, and it's residing on a workstation desktop, which is, I would not suggest it for production use, but certainly for evaluation and lab systems, etc., is perfect. So one of the first things we have to do is to create the VM. So we go here and we say create a VM, and we want to deploy it using a OVA or OVF. Now, once we click next, it will ask us for a name. Okay, so I'm just going to put Edge Nexus ADC C-01 and click here, and it'll ask me to select the OVA file. So there's not much you have to do here. The OVA already has network interfaces, etc., pre-programmed into it, but we will need to obviously edit those settings to make them suitable for ourselves, and we will for sure need to edit the amount of RAM allocated to the machine, etc. So we'll say open, and now what's going to happen is when I press next, it's actually going to upload this into the data store, and we may what we will do is we will pause the video at that point so as not to waste your time. So let's click next. It's asking us where we want to store it. Okay, so we want to store it in data store 2, which is my data store for storing virtual machines. Yours will be different. We'll say next. It asks for network mappings. Here you can choose either VM network. This is one of my custom networks on my machine, but I want to choose this 10net. Okay, and then it asks you for disk provisioning. It's not necessary to go thick. You can go thin. We're going to provision about 40 GB max, and it doesn't really require more. The time that you require more disk space if you want more logging to be present. But normally what happens is that in the virtual machine itself, we only store 30 days worth of logs. If you want more, then you have to link a syslog server to the system, to the ADC, in order to have audit logs that go by according to your security guidelines. power on automatically should be ticked. We say next. It's asking us here, showing us here the details that we've selected. We haven't selected the guest OS name yet. We will do that. I don't know whether we can do that right now. Can we go back? No, we can't. Okay, store to Telnet. Okay, so we'll say finish. And now the ADC is being put together by VMware. And as you can see here, it's uploading the disk file. This may take some time actually, because the disk file is about 2 gig in size. We'll wait for it, but in the final version, I'll have sped it up so that you don't have to wait all that amount of time. One of the key things about our ADC, by the way, is its ease of use. And we have some other videos on our YouTube channel which show how easy it is to use. We also have a knowledge base off our website. So you can either go to kb.edgenexus.io and have a look at it. There are a huge number of questions and answers there, and also videos as well. Or you can click the link in our support menu on our website. So it's done the job. And so now we'll just go to the virtual machine and we'll find it here. Here it is. And we'll select Actions and Edit Settings. So at this point, we need to specify what we want. Now the machine is currently started. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut it down. Okay. And now it's shut down. We'll go back and edit the settings. For test use, 2 vCPUs may be enough. For production use, I would recommend 4 vCPUs minimum. You can always discuss with us as to your applications, etc., and we can advise. But in general, CPU is required when you do SSL offload and re-encryption. If you're simply doing SSL offload, the CPU load is not so much, but if you're doing re-encrypt, then definitely it needs it. If you're doing straight layer 4 pass-through, then 4 GB is plenty. The hard disk, I would give it something like 40 GB in size, and then we have 2 network adapters on the same network. Now, at this point, if you do have dual networks and you want to deploy 2 network cards, each on a different network, you can do. Okay, so I can do that, for example, if I wish to. There are other options here. For example, we can choose boot options, advanced options, etc., as you require, really. VMware Tools is automatically handled by us within the virtual machine, and we can proceed once we've done this. So I'll click Save, and I will say Power On. And so powering on is very fast. If we look here, that's it. It's done, right? So what do we do first? So the first thing we have to do is log in as admin. Okay. So once we're logged in, you can see here it's asking us to enter the network details manually. So we'll say 1. Okay, and click into it. That will help. And so it's asking us for an IP address. So 10.0.0.31. It will then ask us for a net mask, so 255.255.255.0 in my case. It's asking us for a gateway, 10.0.0.1. Oops. And the name server, let's give it Google, okay, 8.8.8.8. Yours will be different, possibly. And it asks you, are these details correct? So I'll say yes. And now it's actually applying the new settings, and then it will restart. And once it's restarted, we'll be in a position to actually go into it using our browser and configure it more. Okay, so now we're at a command line prompt, but I have to tell you, it's a sudo command line prompt. One of the things that we do not do is we do not provide a command line. Okay, you do not need it. We believe in ease of use, and so everything can be done with the graphic interface. But there are some commands that are available to you. So admin and jetnexus are the passwords. And once you're here, if you type help, you can actually see some of the commands that are available too. So you can do factory resets, you can set the date and time, you can do ifconfig. Machine ID is the machine identifier for support and licensing. So in order for us to cut your license, we need to have that machine ID, including the trial license. By default, the product has a 14-day single VIP trial license, but I would advise you to request a proper one. You can also do routing, so you can add routes, etc. You can display the routing table. And the other important thing is the set greenside command. Now, the set greenside command is the management IP that we gave. So we gave an IP of 10.0.0.31, and I may want to change that, in which case you use the set greenside command to do that. You can also set the network mask, do a shutdown, type of version. So if I type version here, it will tell me what version the product is. So this is our latest version 5 of the ADC, which is a CentOS 8 platform. Okay. So if you needed to change the VMware status or the Hyper-V status, etc., you can do that, and it is CentOS 8. You can also view the raw syslog messages if you wanted to. So I'll say exit, and we're back here. So now we can actually go and look at the ADC using the HTTPS URL that's listed there. And so what we'll do is we'll go here. This is one that I'd already done, but let's just go here and go to that one. So one of the things that you must do is you must put HTTPS. Okay, for safety's sake, we don't have auto redirection from port 80. So once I do that, I only have a local SSL self-signed. So I have to go through all this on, and now we're in. Okay, so admin JetNexus, and this is our ADC. Okay, so now that we're into this ADC, we can do a couple of things. One of the first things that we have to do is go into system network, and here you can actually configure your network. So as you can see here, there are two networks. So ETH0 is the 10 network, and ETH1 is the 192.168 network. Okay, so if I wanted to add an address for ETH1 and add it here to have dual ARM networking, I can do. I can say add adapter and go here and say ETH1, and then I can add my 192 address range and a 192 gateway, and I will have my dual ARM networking if I wished. You can also have VLANs, okay? You can also have IPv6 if you wish to. You can also change the DNS server or add a secondary DNS server if you want to, and configure your networking. And once you've configured your networking, you can go on and configure your virtual services and real servers. I won't go any further on this video because all this is covered by other videos in our V5 group or playlist on YouTube/@EdgeNexus. Okay, youtube.com/@EdgeNexus. Thank you very much for watching and listening.